There are a couple of phrases that I hear and videos that I see that I can't help, but it's like an involuntary response, a reflexive response in me that sort of like curl my toes a bit, you know, make me feel a bit, oh, really? And there's a couple of, as I say, a couple of statements. One of them is, I use my e-collar as a clicker. That's one. The other one is, my dog loves it when I get my e-collar out. My dog loves the e-collar, you know. Look, if you're going to be honest and if you're going to be taken seriously, then statements like that, you may well use your e-collar as a clicker. You know, you may well do, but in which case you'd just take the contact points off, cap them with the nylon acorn nuts and fire away, or just get yourself a pager only, or get yourself a tone only collar. There's no need for the electronic compartment, the stimulation compartment or component, if all you're doing is using it as a clicker. But I very much doubt that. I think that people may use a tone function or a vibrate function in conjunction with the stimulation, in conjunction with the negative reinforcement and the positive punishment aspects of it. But to say I use it as a clicker is a little bit, it raises eyebrows. Anyway, that's the one thing. The other thing, and the one that really, I've done this and it makes me cringe when I look at the fact that I did it. I don't know whether it's a stage that you go through, I don't know. But I've done a video of my dogs as I get an e-collar out and my dogs come forward and thrust their heads into the e-collar and are sort of like, look, my dogs love the e-collar. Look, no they don't. No they don't. No dog likes stimulation from an e-collar. It might arouse the dog, it might put the dog in a state of preparedness once it feels the sensation of the e-collar, but they don't love the e-collar. They don't like the e-collar and the sensation that it represents. What they basically do is, through classical conditioning, they form an association of what the wearing of the e-collar means. And if you're a decent trainer then or a decent owner, then the wearing of the e-collar generally means training or exercise. It generally means a positive thing. But the dog has no concept, it has no understanding of what you're putting on its neck is the thing that later delivers the stimulation. Do you know what I mean? Not unless there's been some poor associations that have been inadvertently formed, in which case they wouldn't be joyful associations that the dog has formed anyway. But putting an e-collar on your dog, I'll give you an example. So I've got 4 retrievers, 4 Labrador retrievers. If I throw them a tennis ball, they'll run and retrieve it. If I throw them a dummy, they'll run and retrieve it. Whatever, I could say they love the dummy, they love the tennis ball. If I threw them a stick of dynamite, they'd run and retrieve that. If I threw them something that was laced with a noxious substance that would kill them within seconds of it touching, you know, their mouths or ingestion, they'd run and they'd get that. They'd show just as much enthusiasm in chasing after that as they would the tennis ball or the dummy. So what does that tell me? Does that tell me that my dog loves dynamite? Do you know what I mean? It's just an association that the dog has formed, and it's inaccurate. And it's, like I say, I say toe curling because I've done it. So it's a sort of like, you know, a sort of remark to myself as it is as much to anybody else. But getting an e-collar out and putting it on a dog and the dog wagging its tail and jumping around all excitedly does not mean that your dog loves the e-collar. It means that your dog has formed the association that we're about to go for a walk. It's got nothing to do with the e-collar. And so putting that forward as an argument for e-collars is, you know, it's very thin ice and it's very, very easy to break it. So that would be just something that I would put out for people to think about. And I know that'll piss a lot of people off because a lot of people genuinely believe that their dog loves the e-collar. Look, if your dog loved the stimulation of an e-collar, then the e-collar wouldn't be doing its job. It isn't designed to love it. The whole stimulation aspect of an e-collar, I'm not talking about vibration in some cases and tone in some cases, but vibration and tone are generally paired with something else. Low collar stimulation can be paired with a positive, but it doesn't mean that your dog likes it. It doesn't mean that it's designed to be an aversive. The whole purpose of the tool is for it to be aversive, is for it to work through negative reinforcement and positive punishment. But just a thought anyway. If you've got any thoughts on it, say them. They are mine. Sorry if I've pissed you off, but I think it's important to be honest and accurate.